Bless up. Good morning, viewers and subscribers from all over the world. It is Tuesday, June 18, 2019, and this is trending news. Popping up on our radars this morning is a story that Nationwide News Network is carrying, and it says PNP in crisis. Phllips plans on resigning to trigger early delegates conference. Bunting furious. All right, let's see what's happening right here. The opposition People's National Party is this morning in the grip of a full-blown leadership crisis. Its regular Monday night executive meeting descended into chaos last night as supporters of leadership aspirant Peter Bunting stridently resisted a proposal that the embattled leader Dr. Peter Phllips resign to force a special delegate conference to elect a president. All right, so let's jump some more into this story. Tempers flared during last night's PNP executive meeting, which was chaired by PNP chairman Fitz Jackson. The Nationwide News Network sources say that Dr. Phllips addressed the meeting and continued his push to have a special delegates conference in July to decide whether he or Peter Bunting should lead the party into the next general election. Dr. Phllips noted that the constitution of the party mandates that a vacancy must exist for a special delegates conference to be called to decide who should be party leader. Our sources say the embattled PNP president startled some members of the executive when he said he's prepared to resign next month to force the holding of the special delegates conference. Dr. Phllips said following his resignation, he'll again be nominated to reassume the presidency of the party at the special delegates conference, which is being proposed for July 27. But Dr. Phllips' challenger Peter Bunting rose and told the executive that his campaign team would not agree to the proposal. Our sources say a militant Bunting told the executive that it is at the party's annual conference in September that he'll agree to be nominated for the post of PNP president, and no earlier. But some Phllips supporters on the executive insisted that if Bunting does not agree to be nominated during a special delegates conference in July, they'd proceed to have the special conference and have Phllips elected unopposed. But Mr. Bunting resisted this idea. This reportedly led to several heated words between senior members of the PNP executive, with the Bunting camp being accused of undermining the party, and the Phllips camp being accused of attempting to breach the laws of the party in a bid to force an early leadership election, which would deprive the central Manchester MP of enough time to make his pitch to delegates. PNP legal advisor Michael Vassiana reportedly advised the meeting that even if a special conference is held in July, any member of the party has a right to be nominated for the post of president at the annual conference in September. Our sources say one of the four vice presidents in the PNP who are all supporting Dr. Phllips walked out of the executive meeting shortly after he accused the Bunting camp of attempting to destroy the 81-year-old movement. Nationwide news sources say tension rose in the meeting when a senator who is a member of the executive and supportive of Dr. Phllips suggested to Mr. Bunting that he end his plans to challenge the PNP president. The senator suggested that Dr. Phllips be placed on probation in exchange for Mr. Bunting ending his challenge. But that idea was also resisted by Bunting and his team. Nationwide news sources say that when the loud and heated exchanges became excessive, PNP chairman Fitz Jackson called an abrupt end to the meeting. Prior to the end of the executive meeting, Mr. Jackson reported that at a later date he advised Dr. Phllips of where the majority of members on the party executive stand in relation to the proposal to have a special delegates conference. All right, so there you have it. The race heating up, and as I said, those words are not ours. They are from a story carried by the Nationwide News Network. PNP in crisis. Phllips plans on resigning to trigger early delegates conference, and of course, this is trending in the news. The Gleaner cartoon this morning. Let's take a look at that. It is all about the PNP upcoming leadership race, and as depicted by last May, we see where 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 supporters of Dr. Phllips are lined up, and the headline is Peter versus Peter. And Dr. Phllips says, I've assembled a team of winners for my One PNP Powerful Together campaign. And lined up is Dr. Phllips' son, Michael Phllips. We also see Vice President Wickham McNeil. We see here Lisa Hanno. We see Philip Paulwell. And we see Damian Crawford. Damian is with a walking stick, and his feet is in cast. And we see on the cast by election loss. So Phllips says, I've assembled a team of winners for my One PNP Powerful Together campaign. And then we see Anne-Marie Vaz addressing Dr. Phllips, and her question is, so what Damian are doing it? So you know that Anne-Marie Vaz, she defeated Damian Crawford recently in the East Portland by-election. So she's asking the question, if you have assembled a team of winners, why is it that Damian, who lost to me, isn't it? So the leader is bouncing that this morning. And the social media thing has really been going around. We're going to run something for you right now that we saw. Well, we can't say it came out of the Bunting camp, but let's take a look. You have to read and see if you understand what's happening.
We are going to win the seat. With the record.
All right, so very creative right there. Very creative right there. All right, and you can comment if you understand what is happening right there. You saw those text messages. It gave the impression that the screen was screen recorded and there was a conversation within the JLP. But you make what you want to make of that. And also, Peter Bunting put out a video yesterday in the gym saying that he is strong and ready to lead. And of course, take a look at this.
I am ready.
All right, also trending right now. Peter Phllips, he has now put out his campaign slogan, and they have a video out, which we're going to roll that for you. All right, so their slogan, One PNP, Powerful Together. And I guess that's the start to show that the social media component of their campaign is up and ready. And we understand that later this month in June, the Peter Phllips campaign team, they will launch his campaign out there in St. Catherine. All right, so it is interesting times in the People's National Party. We will see how that fare out. And in the meantime, what will leader of the Jamaica Labour Party do, Mr. Andrew Holness? What will he do? as the PNP pickles to settle his leadership challenge. All right, so that is what we're looking at right now on trending news carried by the Nationwide News Network. PNP in crisis. Phllips plans on resigning to trigger early delegates conference. Bunting furious. All right, so do remember to subscribe. Do remember to hit the subscription button if you are viewing this on our YouTube channel. Talk to you later.